knock you out.
No, you're not.
I'm
No,
gonna
you're
knock
not.
you out. I'm gonna knock
No,
you
you're
out.
not.
I'm gonna knock you out.
No, you're not.
Take your glasses on.
The way I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, I take that as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say and try to, punk me or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got aggressive on him. And
Got a Mexican dude there that got up with him as probably his bodyguard. He thinks he's tough. He's not tough.
Caleb Plant has confronted Edgar Berlanga after Berlanga called him out, sparking intense tension between the two fighters. Plant, known for his slick boxing skills, didn't back down, making it clear he's ready for a showdown.
No, besides promise, I'm saying
I'm
that's
gonna
what
knock
you
you out, bro. I'm gonna knock you out.
no,
Take
no.
your glasses off. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm gonna knock
No,
you
you're
out.
not.
I'm gonna knock you out,
No, you're
nigga.
not.
Take your glasses on.
For what?
This is a fight that you want to have happen next.
We not fighting it. We worry about September, and then after that, I'll knock you.
What'd you tell him?
Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has expressed enthusiasm about a potential matchup between Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division. Hearn believes that a fight between these two talented fighters would be a brilliant spectacle, highlighting the depth of competition at 168 pounds. He sees this potential bout as a significant event that could captivate boxing fans worldwide.
Caleb Plant fight. I think that's a brilliant fight. You know, two guys that are going to really spice it up at a press conference. Two great fighters, two great 168 pounders.
Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant.
Critics argue that Berlanga's pursuit of this fight is primarily motivated by financial gain, suggesting he views Plant as a lucrative opportunity. This perspective has sparked discussions about the intentions behind Berlanga's callouts and his strategy in the boxing landscape.
Shout out to Edgar Berlanga for the first round KO victory over Mantequilla, a.k.a. Butter, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican version of Homer Simpson. How dare you look like that? How dare you walk in the ring like that, having an 8-week training camp? You ran around the block one time and said that you was in a training camp. Came over here for a damn payday. Embarrassing, but that's what you need to do. That's what Edgar Berlanga needed to do, is embarrass the embarrassment. You feel me? It is what it is. Everybody thought he was going to get knocked out anyway. But what's going to be next for Edgar Berlanga? Edgar Berlanga is going to be, well, he's now a free agent. He's now a free agent. In the post-fight interview, he called out Jaime Munguia, Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo. Hopefully he could add Diego Pacheco in the mix. Demetrius Andrade in the mix. That would be a good fight for Edgar Berlanga as well in the 168-pound division.
Addressing the motivations behind his callouts, Berlanga emphasizes that boxing is fundamentally a business. He acknowledges that if Caleb Plant presents a favorable deal, he would be willing to accept it, underscoring the pragmatic approach fighters often take when negotiating bouts. This sentiment reflects the broader reality of professional boxing, where financial considerations play a crucial role in fight arrangements.
Colin Wigan, IFL TV, with the main man, Edgar Berlanga. You done it again, first round KO. Just chat to me about that tonight, Edgar.
You know, I'm humble, bro, and I was supposed to do that. You know, they try to, mix it up, whatever. My team gave me that opponent, and we took the challenge. But I went in there, I did what I had to do. I'm a veteran now, so I got him out of there early, and now we off to the next one.
Did you always know it was going to be like that whenever you got in the ring with him?
Nah, I'm on a different level now, I'm gonna do the same thing to Plant, I'm gonna do the same thing to Munguia, I'm gonna do the same thing to Charlo. I got dynamite in these hands. And like what Floyd Mayweather told me, he said, yo kid, you got dynamite in them hands, just let them shits fly. Nobody's gonna stand there with you, nobody. You hit too hard, you too smart, IQ. You got these, bro. Once you touch somebody, they're going. So,
what did you make of Caleb Plant this week, coming out online, criticizing the opponent first of it?
He fought guys like that himself, But it's just people who expect me to be fighting for a world title right now, fighting Skull or something, or fighting them. But that wasn't an opportunity we got, and I'm a free agent now, so now I can go off and do whatever I want, and do the things we like to do.
Eddie said in interviews that he wants to work with you going forward. Is that something that you want?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like the social media, everything, me and him be chatting and stuff, but at the end of the day, business is business, and
Caleb Plant has not shied away from expressing his opinions on Berlanga's approach. He has criticized Berlanga for his online behavior, suggesting that if he had suffered a loss to a fighter like Canelo Alvarez, he wouldn't be engaging in such antics. Plant's remarks highlight his perspective on professionalism and how fighters should conduct themselves, especially after significant bouts.
I'd rather try and go out on my show trying to win than just, keep my hands in my back pockets. And, especially when I've talked about, I hit harder than Golovkin and I'm the greatest fighter to ever come out of the East Coast and all these different things, I'm not going down without a fight. I'd rather go out on my show personally, and as a competitor, if I do lose, it may not be my fondest moment, but when I was I'm sad after I lost to Canelo. I was concussed, so I'm not thinking straight, but I was being honest in that moment. I trained hard for this. I come up short, I'm sad, this sucks, but I'd rather have that moment on the internet than for me to lose every round and then be smiling, laughing, showing all my watches and jewelry and laughing, acting like, I'm the man now, so.
In response to Berlanga's challenges, Plant has expressed his readiness to face him in the ring. He acknowledges that Berlanga initiated the verbal exchanges and now feels compelled to respond. Plant also notes that the fight would be financially beneficial for him, encouraging fans to stay tuned for updates on official platforms. This readiness indicates Plant's confidence and willingness to take on new challenges.
This Saturday, Revenge Tour is dropping exclusively on EdgarBerlanga.com. You can't get it nowhere else, can't find it nowhere else other than EdgarBerlanga.com. I told myself that I wasn't going to do that, but sure enough, at the press conference, I'm sitting there minding my business. And, he starts yapping at me as if he doesn't have a tall enough task in front of him. So, I appreciate the viral moment, Edgar. I appreciate you making me some money too. So Saturday, 10 a.m. PST, EdgarBerlanga.com. There's been about 3 or 4 times that he's done threatened to smack me in my face. And, a couple of y'all are like, oh man, Caleb getting into it with this person, he's getting into it with that person. This is the 3rd or 4th time now he's done threatened to smack me in my face. So when I wind up putting my foot in his ass, I don't want to hear nobody in any comments talking about, oh, Caleb, why's he? Yeah, well, step to me, threatening me that you're going to smack me in my face. See how that works out.
Tensions between the two fighters have escalated beyond verbal exchanges. Berlanga has expressed frustration over Plant's use of a website associated with him, claiming that his logo is registered and that he plans to take legal action. This development adds another layer to their rivalry, extending the conflict into legal territories and showcasing the complexities that can arise in high-profile boxing feuds.
I don't know, he probably thought he was gonna mess with my mind on that, but it's not like he bought my logo. He can't buy my logo. He didn't buy my logo. My logo is registered under me. He bought a domain that I was trying to buy from the person, and they didn't want to sell it to me. I don't know how he offered him a lot of money or something, but I don't know. I'm gonna sue him after this fight.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna sue him
for
all that.
For
He
that?
sent me like a screenshot of how much money he made off my account, off the website. He made like 20 grand. He said,
oh, wow.
in a week or something. So I'm gonna sue him and I'm gonna get all my money back. That's all my.
Both fighters have shared differing accounts of their past sparring sessions. Berlanga claims that during their sparring, Plant spent the first 6 rounds evading him, implying a lack of engagement. Conversely, Plant asserts that Berlanga couldn't land a punch on him during those rounds. These conflicting narratives add intrigue to their potential matchup, as fans speculate on the authenticity of each account and what it might mean for a future fight.
We sparred with him in Vegas. We beat his.
Oh, you sparred with Caleb Plant
when I was young. Yeah, when I was young.
When you were 19?
Yeah, we did 6 rounds, and the first 5 rounds he was running around the ring, doing his little showboat and stuff. And then the 6th round I hit him with a crazy body shot, and he jumped out. He jumped out the ring, and we was pressing to do 2 more, to do 1 more, and he didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do more rounds.
We did spar at the Mayweather gym, and
Okay.
honestly, for 6 rounds, he was in there shadow boxing. He couldn't touch me. But during our sparring session, nah, definitely not. He was shadow boxing for 6 rounds, and then he got out. Mark was like, man, we really appreciate the experience, and thank you for the work, and that was it. But he was, I can't remember how old he said he was.
19.
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
And I put that on my kids. I put that on my boxing career. Yeah, that definitely didn't happen.
Berlanga has expressed feelings of disrespect stemming from an incident where Plant allegedly ignored his attempt to shake hands. He perceives Plant's actions as a slight, which has fueled his desire to settle their differences in the ring. This personal element adds intensity to their rivalry, as unresolved grievances often heighten the stakes in boxing matchups.
But if you don't get that fight, what's up? He just kept going,
press you a little bit.
pressing me. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I said, man, New Yorkers, you know, and the way I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, I take that as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to say and try to, you know, punk me or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I got aggressive on him, and I feel like I try to shake his hand. I'm like, y'all respect, and I told y'all respect you as a fighter, you know? Even though you lost, but you fought at that level. You know, you fought at the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? You took an L, but you made it to that level, you know what I'm saying? And you performed and you did what you had to do. I respect it. Oh, no, what's up? All right, so he just kept going, and I was just like, you know what? F this dude, man. I just started going off on him, you know what I'm saying? And from right there, it was over. I was like, this dude's no good.
But y'all sparred before, right?
Yeah, we sparred.
How'd that go?
18. And
you were 18?
In Vegas, I was 18, yeah. I probably had like 2 pro fights.
Okay.
We was at Floyd's gym, and we jumped in. I just got landed into Vegas too. Like, I was probably like a day or 2 in there, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And I jumped in there with him, and we did 6 rounds.
At a press conference for a Canelo Alvarez fight, tensions flared between Plant and Berlanga. Berlanga boldly stated his intention to knock out Plant, asserting his superior boxing IQ. The situation escalated to the point where Canelo himself intervened, advising Plant to remain calm and expressing confidence that he would defeat Berlanga on Plant's behalf. This incident underscores the high emotions and competitive nature surrounding the potential fight.
At this level is intelligence and IQ, and we're not going to end up like that over there. I got knocked out. Caleb.
Our card.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn things back over.
Stop
Caleb,
the cap,
Caleb,
no?
take it easy. I'm gonna take care of him for you. I promise you.
Caleb,
That's for you,
shut
hey. Buddy,
You
that's
lucky
for
you
you.
get smacked. Go and shape your
You think
beard.
he got more IQ than you?
What you say? That what?
Canelo.
What you say?
The rivalry has also spilled into public forums, with Berlanga and rapper Fat Joe mocking Plant's attendance at a press conference. They found humor in Plant's presence, interpreting it as an attempt to insert himself into the spotlight. Such public ridicule adds a personal dimension to their feud, influencing public perception and building anticipation for a potential showdown.
So what I don't understand is the guy, Caleb Plant, he had his shot, he got knocked through the ropes. Why you worried about your fight?
Yeah, he another dude. He got a whole other fight he had my press conference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what is he doing? Like what is he talking about?
Clout
And you got
chasing.
knocked through the ropes. It's almost like signing in. It's almost, it made me feel like Rikers Island or something. The guy done got his, now you want to big up the guy with this fight. No, I never seen nothing like this in my life.
You over here hugging him and all. I'm like, yo, this dude's a...
No, it's unbelievable. He signed in legend.
Yo.
Caleb Plant is known for his straightforward demeanor and willingness to fight top contenders. His call-out of Berlanga is seen as a move to secure a significant bout that would challenge his skills and add to his legacy. Plant's experience in the ring is considered a potential advantage, as he has faced high-caliber opponents in the past, which could play a crucial role in a matchup against Berlanga.
Caleb Plant has become one of my favorite fighters. He is a real dude. He will tell you exactly what he's thinking to your face. He will come up to you in front of you, smack you, and tell you what he wants to say in your face. Edgar Berlanga has been talking a lot of crap. Caleb Plant is the type of person that he will keep receipts. He will keep receipts and he will take them out. And he doesn't care where you're from. He doesn't care what you're doing. He doesn't care any of that. He just wants to get in the ring, let his fist do the talking. And Edgar Berlanga has been calling out everybody except Caleb Plant. I think it would be a great matchup. I think those two would make a really great build-up. Probably sell out. And I think this is good for boxing. I would favor Caleb Plant a little bit just due to his experience. But Edgar Berlanga is a big dude that has punching power, so you can never sleep on him as well.
Edgar Berlanga recently faced a setback with a loss to Canelo Alvarez, where he experienced the power and skill of a seasoned champion. Berlanga has openly discussed the impact of Canelo's punches, acknowledging the learning experience from that fight. This defeat is a pivotal moment in Berlanga's career, as he aims to rebound and apply the lessons learned in future bouts.
Edgar Berlanga took Canelo's best punches tonight. I asked him at the post-press conference to rate Canelo's power.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. one of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm going to get hit. I know I'm going to get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I got to bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the greats done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
In the aftermath of his fight with Canelo, Berlanga is eyeing Caleb Plant as a potential next opponent. He believes that Plant's perception of toughness doesn't align with reality, suggesting that Plant isn't as formidable as he appears. This perspective sets the stage for a narrative where Berlanga seeks redemption and validation by challenging a respected contender like Plant.
I know you and Caleb had a confrontation in Vegas a few months back. But where is that stemming from? Is it just something that you don't like about him, or is it because of the altercation you guys had in Vegas?
He's a hater. He's soft too. He stood up in the press conference. He's tough because he had a Mexican dude there that got up with him. That's probably his bodyguard. He thinks he's tough. He's not tough. He's not tough. He thinks he's tough. In Vegas, and he's lucky I was would have smacked this. Should have smacked this. I should have pulled this beard and smacked him, because I swear to God I would have did it. But it was just he just came. You know what was the problem was that it happened so quick. I didn't expect that to happen. You feel me? Like it was like it just hit me like, oh shit. But if I would have seen that coming from a mile away, like something like today or something, like we would have had a little confrontation, I would have smacked 100%. Smacked them.
Given the current boxing landscape, a fight with Caleb Plant emerges as one of the most viable options for Berlanga. The matchup offers both fighters a chance to solidify their standings in the super middleweight division. For Berlanga, it represents an opportunity to bounce back from his recent loss, while for Plant, it's a chance to assert his dominance and potentially secure another title shot.
So Edgar Berlanga, after the first loss of his career to Canelo, will be returning on March 8th, and he's named the 6 opponents he'd like to fight, so I'm gonna go through them. So first one, Jaime Munguia. This would be a really good fight, but it's not possible for right now. I mean, Munguia's scheduled to fight Bruno Saras in a rematch after the upset of the year, so this would have to happen at a later date. And same with Hamza Shiraz. Shiraz is fighting Carlos Adamez for the WBC middleweight title, so I'd like to see this fight maybe if Shiraz moves up. Now, Jamal Charlo, he was scheduled to fight on the Tank versus Roach undercard, but he's dealing with some personal issues, so he pulled out of that fight, so I don't think he's available. And then the Canelo Alvarez rematch, obviously Berlanga doesn't deserve it. Now, Caleb Plant, this is the fight that makes all the sense in the world. And same with Pacheco, I think it would be a really competitive fight, but Pacheco did fight last Saturday, so it'd be a pretty quick turnaround to March. But going back to Berlanga versus Plant, this is definitely the fight to make. I mean, they'd have a really entertaining build-up. There's a lot of bad blood with the run-in that the Canelo Munguia wins. There was some trash talk at the Canelo Berlanga press conferences. I'd really like to see the build-up. And in terms of the rankings, they're both top 10 at super middleweight. I don't think they'll get back to a Canelo rematch, but maybe the winner gets William Skull for the IBF, maybe someone like a Christian Mbili. I would go Plant by decision, but I do think it's a more competitive fight than a lot of people expect.
Caleb Plant views a fight with Berlanga, who is coming off a loss to Canelo, as a strategic opportunity. He believes that facing Berlanga now could be advantageous, allowing him to capitalize on Berlanga's recent setback. Plant's perspective reflects a calculated approach to career progression, aiming to position himself favorably for future title opportunities. The boxing community is abuzz with anticipation for a potential Plant versus Berlanga fight. Fans and analysts alike consider it one of the most awaited matchups in the sport, given the contrasting styles and personalities of the fighters.
Which one you prefer better, Munguia Plant, Munguia Berlanga?
Man, I think, now you're taking the fight away from me, giving me a fight that I want. I really want Munguia. I'm sorry, I really want Plant and Berlanga.
Oh, you saying Munguia getting in the way?
Munguia getting in the way. But both them fights is great fights.
Yeah, that's a round robin.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
While the focus is on a potential fight with Plant, Discussions have also emerged about Berlanga facing Jaime Munguia. This alternative matchup presents its own set of challenges and opportunities for Berlanga, offering another path to re-establish himself in the division. However, the Plant fight remains the primary focus due to the existing tensions and storyline. Boxing experts and analysts suggest that Caleb Plant's experience could be a decisive factor in a fight against Berlanga. Plant's track record against high-level opponents provides him with a wealth of knowledge and ring intelligence.
You agree that Caleb beats him?
Yeah, boxes his socks off. You know?
I think Caleb will be the favorite, rightfully so. He's got that world-class experience with Canelo, with Benavidez, but he's been in 2 tough fights now.
True.
Berlanga does have that power. We would have to see, has Caleb lost a step? Is there a chink in his armor now after the Canelo stoppage and then Benavidez? It's Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? You went through a war with Benavidez. Well, not a war, but your body went through that type of I don't know. Can't count out a man with power, and they know each other from sparring.
Right.
That's where all this is coming from.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.